Today we'll be talking about anhydrous ammonia. It is a chemical used in fertilizer to add nitrogen to the soil. It is heavily regulated on who can buy and sell anhydrous ammonia. It is illegally used in the production of methamphetamines. The objective of today's presentation is to explore anhydrous ammonia and the risks to human health. Common exposures include agriculture, refrigerator, coolant, and illicit activities. Because anhydrous ammonia is a chemical, I began research methods with looking at the material safety data sheets and the emergency response guidebook. It did provide public safety information and health hazards. I began looking at exposures, accidental exposures through PubMed, Google Scholar, and the EPA website. I did find that anhydrous ammonia is found in fertilizer, refrigerant, coolant, and is used in the production of methamphetamines. Many exposures occur when there is a fault within the storage container or when it is being illegally used in the production of methamphetamines. I did find that most events of exposure were not transport related. I did relate this with the essential public health service of enforcing laws and regulations that protect environmental health and ensure safety through the enforcement of the transportation regulations. So to transport anhydrous ammonia, there is a speed limit set at 30 miles per hour, as well as a limit on the amount of anhydrous ammonia that can be transported. Exposure to anhydrous ammonia can be deadly. It does cause burns to the skin, eyes, and respiratory system. They do recommend a pretty strict guidelines for personal protective equipment. I did find that anhydrous ammonia has a higher risk to have an accidental exposure event with victims than for all substances combined. I did identify a data gap with anhydrous ammonia for safety guidelines, particularly for first responders and employees. So many employees were not wearing the proper PPE when there was injury, and first responders were more likely to succumb to exposure injuries due to a lack of education on PPE or lack of identification of the substance being anhydrous ammonia. So some of the recommendations I have are to target those at-risk populations to increase education and to decrease the risk of exposure, like with methamphetamines. As far as my future goals, I'm not really sure what they are yet. I hope to combine my paramedic experience and my knowledge from my master's, and I highly recommend watching this YouTube video at the bottom there. It is about an anhydrous ammonia exposure. Thank you.